Welcome back to the channel. It's Monday morning and I am up in the hills. I've got this 140-7. I've got a fan hub to put on it. So if you remember back to a week or so ago, I came to have a look at this 140 for a suspicious squeak. But that suspicious squeak wasn't present when I visited. However, the operator, the owner, got a video of the squeak. And what it was doing it in the hotter weather that we had, and it was like either there was something slipping when he revved it from auto idle. When the machine revved up to working speed, it was squealing. So yeah, I'll go back to that video and have a look if you don't know what I'm on about. But I sort of forwarded that video to my boss and some colleagues, and they're all of the opinion that the viscous clutch is slipping, and it was more so in the hot weather. The operator, the owner, has noticed that it hasn't done it so much now that we're into autumn. So I've got one with me. We're going to put it on and we'll find out next spring if we fixed it or not. So yeah, that's what I'm here to do today. And then I've also got a little modification. Where is my modification? This is my modification. Got a little modification to do. I'll talk to you a bit about that once I get this viscous fan clutch thing swapped out. So we'll unlock it and lift the bonnet and have a go at getting that changed out. So as you can see, the weather's a little bit changeable. I'm hoping this bonnet lid will provide me with a bit of shelter as I'm working. So that bit on the back of there, that gritty bit, that's the bit I'm changing. So I'm just having a bit of look now, see what all tools I'm going to need and what sort of a job it's actually going to be to do, because it doesn't look too bad. These are air pipes, so I'm not going to lose any coolant by taking them off if I need to. These are the charged air cooler pipes. Again, I'm not going to lose anything by taking them off and creating a bit of space. I'll need this fan guard off, which doesn't look too bad. That M8 bolt down there, probably the most trickiest part of getting that off. Isn't too bad. And then I'm right in above it. So I'm not sure. I've got a feeling I'll need to take the whole assembly off, including the pulley, I think, and then splitting it. If it's anything like the old ones on the Dash 5s. Right, let's get right in about it and start ripping it apart here. So I've got the charged air cooler pipe off this side and the fan cover. I'm just wondering if I can leave the pulley in situ and wind the new one on, but to do that I've got my two 41 spanners here and I can't just get that on. That makes sense. But if I grind one of them down a bit, just make it a bit slimmer, it might pay. Then I just need it'll be a right hand thread, so to loosen it, it'll be like tightening it. And hopefully it might just come off. And then it looks like I'll be able to get the whole assembly off, you know, from that nut back the way. That's what I'm hoping, as opposed to taking those bolts out of the pulley and trying to take it all off as I wanna. Should be a lot less of work. So I'll just spend 5 minutes with a grinding disc and just to take about 5mm off that. Might regret it, but we'll see. They're not expensive spanners, these ones. So I've shaved a bit off it and gone enough to... I need two hands for this, hang on. Beautiful. That should just wind off by hand now. Well, that was worth my time. Pleased I did that. Don't need that on there anymore. So I just need to take this strap off. Should be 13. There we go. Is there a nut on it? There's a nut on the back of it, the cheeky little parsnip. Wow, that engine looks so much smaller without the fan on it. There we go. I'll just whiz these out, swap the fan onto the new one in the van, and come and screw it back on. So to screw it back on is to loosen it in normal terms. Reverse thread, it's an absolute, it messes with your mind, it really does. That was having a daft moment then, but I'll zoom in on here. None of the holes are threaded. That's the old one. I mean, the threads don't look tremendous on there, do they? But are you meant to tap them? What? I can't believe that. The holes aren't threaded. What a joke. Oh well. Watch out me, mate. Tap then, eh? They're not self-tappers. You don't just rattle that into there, do you? And that's why the threads are so minging. None of the threads are particularly clean looking. Oh well, I'll grab an M8 tap. It did come with a bag of new bolts, which I'll obviously use, but I've never come across that before. I don't know whether you just meant to rattle the new bolts in and they make their own thread. Can't imagine that would be the case. But I've got them tapped out, so I'll probably just put a, what are these like in here? Yeah, just the same. I'll probably just put a little dab of Loctite on just to make sure that we're not going to lose a fan. Never come across that before, and it might just have missed that process when it was made. That's what I'm hoping anyway. Yeah, because normally when you get stuff from Devellon, they give you what you order, not, you know what I mean? Like if I was to order an ORFS fitting, you'd get the fitting, you don't get the O-rings. So it's just strange that they sent the bolts as well. But I'm sure I've done the right thing, surely. Right, go and find my Loctite. So I've not used the impact gun to run the bolts in. I've done them by hand and then nipped them up with the ratchet. Because knowing my luck, I'll give one too many ugga-duggers and then that'll just strip the threads and then we'll be back to square one. So I might just put a little dab on here, just to be safe. Probably regret that if I ever come and take that off. There wasn't any on the old one, but oh, I don't want one of them coming off and going through a radiator or an oil cooler. What a mess. Right, I'll just take this bolt off this check strap here and that will be us ready to lift it back on. Oh look, the rain started coming down now. Good. So as you've seen there, I was just on the phone again, but that is the fan all installed. We'll see how that goes. I was a bit concerned when I first started it up. The fan was fully engaged and it was revving quite hard, but it has now, after revving it up, the fan did kind of die back a bit, so I'm convinced that's working. Look at that brand new forestry creation over there, look. Look at all those trees. As far as the eye can see. Amazing. So I'm going to do the next little job on this now, which is making that switch there, which alternates between, if I lift the arm up, go on arm, up you go. Right, if I rock this thumb wheel here, you can see it's doing the rotate, which it should do. And then we've got the blade here, so if I flick this switch now, I even got a little blade button look, but anyway, press that, and now blade up and down. But what I'd like to make it that even more user friendly is a switch on the back of here. Now there was a comment saying that you can get a joystick and cannibalize it just to get the switch out of it, which is grand, but those joysticks are very, very expensive. Suppose I could have got one, and then, man, it is fairly worn, that bit, isn't it? Because what I need to do, all I would do is, with the new joystick, take this piece out and install a new bit with a switch on the back, and then put that plain bit onto the new joystick, so to speak, and then eventually use that when one of these proportional thumb wheels packs in. But anyway, I didn't think of that, and anyway, I've got a switch which was only a few quid, so I'm going to try and install that into the back of here, hopefully. What I'm going to do is move the machine just so it's a bit close to the van door, go from there. Okay, so I have just done this bit off camera because I was a little bit nervous about carving somebody's joystick up, but I think it looks quite good, doesn't it? Not too shabby. So yeah, that's gone. That looks a lot better than I expected it to, actually. So I'm pretty happy with that. What I need to do next is just feed that bit of wire down through that hole there, unplug that, and attach it, and that then does away with that switch. I'll probably leave that switch in there with those spade connectors on, in case for whatever reason that switch doesn't work and his blade's stuck down. He can always get a screwdriver, take 2 screws out and remount that onto this switch here, if ever the situation is needed. Got a backup plan in position already. Oh, I'll tell you what, it's going to be nice. All that. Oh, it doesn't even, just falls to hand nice, that does. I just amaze myself sometimes, I really do. I really do. It's just a switch, I'll get over it. Fine, I will. Oh gosh, that is cool. So I've actually, by accident, made it work really, really good, because you flick it to the down position, and what's below you? Your blade. And then flick it to the up position. What's above the blade? The attachment. I didn't even do that on purpose. Good. Oh, made up. It's the simple things. Okay, I'll park this digger up. So I've just been having a play, as you do once you've done something. There's no squeaky noise coming. Whoops. Steady now, Al, steady. No squeaky noise coming from the engine bay, and the grab works lovely between the blade and the grab, so it's very nice to operate. Build a little brick wall over here, look. Put your drop this last off. It's like an arcade game, this. Look, can't see. There we go. Flick the switch, lift the blade up. And off we go, park it back where I got it from. Marvellous. Right, it's lunchtime, and I'll head back through to Carlisle and go and get my tyres sorted on my van. Happy days. So we're back at the yard now. I've got my brand new tyre fitted, and this is my part 1 tyre, which is going to be my spare. So to get this in and out of the spare cradle, you have to jack the back up, which is super handy thanks to this tow bar. Yeah, hopefully I haven't put that jack in the way. There we go, that's it stored away for the next next time I do a whoopsie. Right, I'll get this rattled up. Oh, I put this bit of cow mat down thinking I'll stay clean of it. I think it's probably as filthy as the floor probably would have been. Never mind. It'll wash. Right, that's my day put in. Home time. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. And I'll try and get back to some comments as well this evening, because a busy weekend I did. So, we'll see you in the next one.